Spring finally arrived in the Pacific Northwest, and I took advantage of the first mostly sunny, warm day in several weeks to fly a final shakedown cruise in the A-36 before another long flight to New England. I launched VFR from Boeing Field in Seattle and aimed for Astoria, Oregon, which lies at the mouth of the Columbia River. After picking up VFR flight following from Seattle Approach and Seattle Center, I flew a practice and scenic ILS Runway 26 approach at Astoria, using all the features of the Garmin panel and GFC 600 autopilot, VNAV, automatic CDI switching from GPS to localizer guidance, and from VNAV to approach mode to capture the ILS glide slope. Enjoy the views down the long final approach. It stretches some 19 nautical miles east from the threshold. And during the climb after takeoff of the Astoria Megler Bridge, the longest continuous truss bridge in North America.
Okay, we are level 6,500 en route to Astoria, getting flight following. We've asked for a practice approach. It's been approved by Seattle Center. We're going to start this ILS approach
at City 504, contact Seattle Center 132.6, so on.
I've got things already set up. We're proceeding direct to that fix VNAV. There is no course reversal per the NOTAM, so it'll be straight in from there. I've set the minimums 264. We're going to do a full stop. We don't have
track 198 traffic past us, behind you 1,000 feet high. Did you ever pick them up in sight? Yeah, I got them in sight.
We don't have the winds down there today for some reason, but we'll try to pick them up as we get closer in on the AWAS. They're not reporting on the METAR. But we're going to plan runway to straight in, full stop, runway 26, then taxi back and depart to go back to Bremerton, BFR. The ILS frequency is set. We'll go ahead and dial that in. We're getting the VOR off of Olympia for the moment. We have Astoria as a backup there. And we'll see if we can get the weather when we get a little bit closer in. It's a pretty straightforward approach. From Zunab, we fly a feeder route to join essentially the final approach course. Then we go to Zinke. We cross that at above 4,400, then down to 4,000 the final approach fix, which is Jutsa, and then down the glide slope to 264. There are no localizer only minimums on this approach. The missed approach is a climb straight ahead to 1,500, then a right turn to 2,900 to go back and hold at Zinke. We're just going to do a full stop. The weather's good down there. And we're not flying any arcs or anything, so it should be fairly straightforward. Doesn't sound like he's too busy down in the Astoria today, which is a little bit unusual. It's been busy down there last few times I've visited.
Port of Astoria Airport, Astoria, Oregon.
Automated weather observation 1738 Zulu. Wind missing. Visibility 10. Sky condition clear. Temperature 13 Celsius. Dew point 08 Celsius. Altimeter 3019er.
All right, so the wind is missing, but it's pretty calm, so we'll see what we've got when we get down there. And we'll put 22.8 up here. That'll be our next frequency. We've enabled VPath, VNAV.
Seattle Center, good morning, Skyhawk 1720 Zulu, 6,500 feet VFR. November 1720 Zulu, Seattle Center, good morning. Salem altimeter 3016. Salem altimeter is missing, and I'm showing the automated weather's NOTAM out also. Roger, got the NOTAM on that. It's got the altimeter 3016, Skyhawk 1720 Zulu, thanks.
Okay, so we're now on the chart. Go ahead and take care of the airplane. We're going to switch to the left tank. Lights are where we want them for now. We don't need pitot heat or prop de-ice. Everything is stable. Have the current altimeter setting. 3019er minimums are set. We have the, we're talking to Seattle Center, we have the Astoria CTAF is dialed in, 122.8. We're showing the localizer is tuned, 109.5. That checks, we're waiting for that to ID. Olympia VOR, we'll go ahead and put Astoria VOR in here now, since we're closer in. For backup, on the comm side, we're listening to we got the ATIS and the CTAF, and Olympia and Astoria there. We're going to go ahead and put Astoria in number 2 so we get a bearing pointer off of that. We're squawking 4626. So our top of descent and approach checklists are pretty much complete. The only thing we have left is the normal power flaps and landing gear.
Alaska 358, Seattle Center, climb maintain flight level 230.
Looks like the winds are very calm. I don't see any, all the steam and smoke I see is going pretty much straight up, and the water looks calm down there at Astoria, which is in sight. So landing runway 26 should not be a problem. Since we are now cleared for this approach, we're going to go home and activate the approach mode, or arm the approach mode on the autopilot. And we'll set our airspeed for the final approach segment at 110. We'll plan to fly the approach in the standard Bonanza config, so once we are stabilized outside the final approach fix, it'll be about 17, 18 inches of manifold pressure. Drop at 25, approach flaps, then gear down at glide slope intercept, 110 knots down final.
Career track 198, traffic 1 to 2 o'clock, about 6 miles, southwestbound, altitude indicates 6,600.
Okay, we're getting glide slope preview. Astoria has identified, the localizer has identified, and the correct course is set to 61. We'll expect auto switching once JUNSA becomes, final approach fix JUNSA becomes the active waypoint.
Seattle Center, I got that traffic inside, no factor, career track 198. It came in broken up, career track 198. Did you say you picked up the traffic passing off your left side? Yes, sir, I got that traffic, career track 198. Thank you.
About
Alaska 358, contact Seattle 135.15, so long.
The sea is calm tonight, to quote Matthew Arnold. Vertical tracks enunciating. We have the VPath marker.
American 2655, Seattle Center, descend via Hood 4, landing west, Portland altimeter, tree 018.
We are showing a wind aloft out of here, out of the northwest at 2-1. So
10 more 46, change
looks
to
like a good
advisory
choice.
frequency approved, execute publish miss and report back on this frequency. Roger, Camo 46. November 1720 Zulu, and to the Lattice doing the RNAV to runway 13, just turning over Fatouge. They'll be doing the publish miss. Roger, we'll be looking for that traffic, Doc. 1720 Zulu. 1720 Zulu, and do you have the Tillamook Airport in sight? Not just yet, Doc. 1720 Zulu.
We're in the descent now. We're going to leave the power where it is, just bring it back, keep bringing it back a little bit as we descend. But we're not going to go to our happy place yet because we got a long way to go.
Sorry, we jumped up at the avionics. We're switching for Camo 46, we'll tow element. 10 more 46 again. Did you clear us to switch over, sorry?
Here's our turn. Airport's in sight. Return it to the final approach course now. Continuing our descent now to going down to 4,400. About 1,000 to go.
Seattle Center, Scott 1720 Zulu, I got the Tillamook Airport site.
And then we have a 6 mile lift.
Zulu, Roger. Later services terminated, squawk VFR, frequency changes approved. That lattice is about 10 miles out to the northwest right now. Roger that, frequency change approved, squawk VFR, I'll be looking for that traffic. Thanks for the help, Scott 1720 Zulu.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and bring the power back.
Down to 46 Fox. Could I show you established on a localizer? Confirm this will be a full stop?
Affirmative. We'll talk to you on the way back out, going back home to Bremerton there.
Destination ASOS is 135.375.
Services are terminated at this time. Squawk VFR, that's frequency on the way back, and have a good day.
Thanks for your help today. 46 Foxtrot.
15 left downwind. 677, let's get police traffic. Tillamook traffic, Coast Guard 2714, we're a white and orange cargo, Coast Guard cargo plane. We'll be feet wet, we're about 10, 20 miles.
Switched over, approach mode, localizers on.
Feet wet. We're at 700 for boost.
Let the speed bleed off a little bit here, and we'll get some flaps out. Astoria traffic, Bonanza 46 Foxtrot, about 17 miles east, straight in, runway 26, full stop Astoria. Okay, we have a slight crosswind from the right, from the northwest. Winds 31014 up here. Okay, so we're getting a vertical track announcement because we're going to drop down to 4,000 at Junsa, so speed checks, approach flaps. Have the airport in sight, we're holding a crosswind correction. Okay, we're capturing that V path to get us down to 4,000 at Junsa, and then glide slope. To switch over, speed checks, gear coming down, taxi light on. 3 green. Okay, glide slope. Standing by, it's now captured. Localizer, glide slope are active. Continuing on down. Set the initial missed approach altitude to 1,500. Astoria traffic, Bonanza 46 Foxtrot, 11 miles east, straight in runway 26, full stop Astoria. Okay, we're coming through 3,000. We'll go ahead and smoothly increase the mixture to full ridge for the landing. 3 green, lights are on, approach flaps, mixtures rich, props at 25. Runway's in sight, slight crosswind, about to be showing 6 knot direct crosswind now, from the right. Pretty quiet down here today. Astoria traffic, Bonanza 46 Foxtrot's 5 mile final, runway 26, full stop, Astoria. Three green. About 1,400 feet above ground level. We're not turning on the lights today.
Three-mile
Look like they're
final,
pretty
runway
calm at the
26.
surface. About 1,000 to go. Definitely getting rid of some of that crosswind correction. Autopilot's doing a pretty nice job. Autopilot's coming off, yaw damper's coming off. Flight director will stay on now for the remainder of this. .500 to go. On center line, on speed, on glide path. We're configured 3 green approach flaps.
.500.
Approaching minimums. 200 to go. Vector's coming off, yaw damper's off. Here's minimums, reducing power. 3 green, we're landing. Props coming forward, mixture's rich.
Astoria traffic, Skyline 52821, taxiing Bravo for 32, Astoria.
Astoria traffic, Bonanza 46 Foxtrot's clearing runway 26 at Bravo 3. Alright, we're off the runway. Flaps, mixture, cow flaps, trim, lights. Maybe we'll go to 3-2 for our takeoff. That works for me. Astoria traffic, Bonanza 46 Foxtrot's departing runway 32, be northeastbound, Astoria. Final looks clear, runway looks clear. Power is set, fuel flow looks good, engine gauges are good, airspeed's alive. Up we go. How's it rate? Taxi light off, gear coming up. Gear up. changes are good.